To the first starting 6 recap episode on the Purple Rain podcast. I still think this should be just as a second of the regular episodes. Well, we can't because the most recent regular episode that would have covered the members has already been published. I love how this trio that me and Lady see balls on the same page, and then it's you then brings in the aggro. You bring the heat to it. Well, there we go, I was roped in. You said we weren't supposed to keep that up anymore! Oh, for God's sake. Why are they not trying to explain? Yeah. Right, so this new thing that the PHL's doing, it was announced not long after George had finished recording and published the most recent regular episode for season 3. Thank you, Lady! Yeah, so there's no point trying to fiddle about with that. We must do it as a separate thing. Plus, it's another bonus episode, plus we can come on as well. Yeah! So stop. Yeah, so this is a brand new initiative for the PHL this season. Which is very exciting. He says trying to find the article that's got it featured. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I've got it. PHL now says November starting 6. Got it. Got it. Right. There we go. It's loaded. There we go. Right. So, I'm just going to read it off my phone, it'll be fine. So, the PHL have announced its starting 6 for November. So this is a brand new initiative, and it recognises the top 3 forwards, 2 defenders, and 1 goaltender based on their performance over the previous month. Forwards are selected regardless of position. And the PHL starting 6 is voted on each month by the Women's Chapter of the Professional Hockey Writers Association, the PWHL, and PWHL broadcast personnel. So the PHL starting 6 for the month of November have been recognised as follows. Taylor Gerard, forward, New York Sirens. Brianne Jenner, forward, Ottawa Charge. Susanna Tapani, forward, Boston Fleet. Megan Keller, defenseman, Boston Fleet. Claire Thompson, defenseman, Vancouver Golden Knights. And Frankel, goaltender, Boston Fleet. Right, before I go into detail, any surprises there for our first starting 6 of the 2025-26 season? I'm surprised the expansion team's got a player in there because we haven't really. I don't think in the month of November we have been really impressed with the starts that Seattle Vancouver had. No, I feel there's definitely teasing trouble. I've been more unimpressed with Vancouver than Seattle. I agree. I've been Vancouver. It's a hot mess right now. Yeah, I mean you should not be giving your opponents the opportunity to just walk all over you. And plus, in that road trip, they only got 2 goals combined. One in Ottawa, one in New York. Yeah, I mean, you did say George did play a bit better in Boston, but wasn't really as good enough because most of that game, they hardly got any shots on goal. I know. Yeah, so I'm a bit surprised that it's a Vancouver, that somebody from the expansion team is in there. And Vancouver's not surprised, and I'm not surprised by Taylor Gerard given how that hat trick. That's probably what did it for her. Yeah, that probably is what did it for her. Okay, so let's go through individually. So, Taya Gerard from the New York Sirens. So Gerard made a splash in her first game of the 2025-26 season on November 22nd against the Ottawa Charge, scoring 3 straight Sirens goals in the third period to secure a 4-0 victory and record the first hat-trick of her PHL career. She opened the scoring 7:49 into the final frame, added a second goal just under 5 minutes later to add to her team's lead, and then capped her career night with a third goal with just over 3 minutes remaining in the process. Gerard became the first player in league history to score 3 goals in a single period and recorded the PHL's second natural hat-trick, following your Minnesota Frost Grace Sunwinkle on January 6th, 2024. Her 3-goal night comes on a career-high 7 shots on goal and matched her total offensive output from the entire 2024-25 season, when she had 1 goal and 2 assists in 23 games. With the performance, the 27-year-old from Macomb leads all skaters in goals for the first month of play. And we watched that game against the Charge the Sides. It was messy. Oh, it was messy. We had goals being called back. We don't know what it was for. We had carnage at the nets. Yeah. It was like all 3 of those goals that Ted Gerard scored, they were messy, and it was made messy on our side, and it was just where it was basically a scramble across the whole, and they just kept pushing the rebound. Yeah, it was messy. Yeah, so I'm not surprised. She definitely earned it there. Yeah, if we had to borrow, she definitely would have got it. What? So they asked Pop PHL podcasters, and we had about you'd say we vote for that. Yeah, I know. You can't deny that. Okay, fair dues. Fair dues. Next up, Brianne Jenner for the Ottawa Charge. So Jenner opened the 2025-26 season with 4 points, 7 shots, and nearly 20 minutes of ice time across her first 2 games. She currently leads all skaters in total points and ranks tied for second in goals and tied for third in assists. Her standout performance came on November 26th against the Vancouver Golden, when we basically had to say, and they brought it up. They did. They brought up large stats, and immediately you turned to him and said, "Don't say it. Don't say it." You were about to. As soon as you got messed up, you were going to say it, and we had to go, do not say it. Okay? Because I don't want to get banned from Ottawa, alright? Do not bring it up. I'm warning you now. Do not bring it up. They can't ban us if we're in our own bar. Don't bring it up. Just don't. Do not bring it up. Yeah, so she got 2 goals and 2 assists to tie the PHL record for most points in a single game, becoming just the 6th player in league history to reach the mark. She set the tone early, picking the top corner on a power play just 2:25 into the set contest to spark her record-tying night. Ottawa's captain followed with 2 primary assists and later sealed the victory with a jailbreak empty netter, contributing in every phase of play as she factored in on goals at even strength on the power play and on the penalty kill. The 24-year-old from Oakville also went 11 for 15 on face-offs, her highest volume of draws in a single game since the 2024 season. Next up is Cesar Tapani for the Boston Fleet. Tapani, Right, can we now say that Boston officially won that trade? Yeah. Because obviously, the first 2 seasons, we kind of thought it was a tie. But, well, I think because obviously we didn't protect subjects, I probably have to say Boston's now won that trade. They didn't protect Paddy either. No, but Seattle Bankman didn't take her. So you can say Boston won the trade because she still stayed there. And I think she also did sign like, a contract extension, I think. I can't remember that. Yeah. No, I think Boston's won that trade. Yeah. So Tapani opened the season strong, scoring 2 goals in 2 games, both game winners. Woo! Along with an assist to help lift Boston to the league's lone 2-0-0-0 start for the month of November. Yeah. Went undefeated in November. Have we seen a team go undefeated in a whole month? To start the season. No, I don't think so. No, don't think so. She currently sits tied for 2nd in league scoring and tied for 2nd in goals scored. The forward opened the season in stride, striking just 1:13 into the team's opening game against Montreal to deliver the fastest goal scored on opening weekend and giving Boston an early lift on its first shot of the game. She later added a 3rd period 6 to post her 11th career multi-point effort, building off the 2024-25 season in which she finished 2nd on the fleet with 11 goals and 6 multi-point performances. Trapani's tie scoring carried into Boston's next outing, where she scored her 2nd game-winning goal of the young season, already matching her total from last year. The tally also marked the 7th game winner of her career, pushing the 32-year-old Finnish forward into sole possession of 2nd place in the PHL's all-time list with 7 game winners. That's probably what got on the list then. Okay, next up, Megan Keller for Boston. So the second of 3 Boston Fleet players in the starting 6. So Keller made an immediate impact in her first season as Boston's captain, setting the tone from the opening game with a power play goal, the first of the PHL season, only the 2nd power play goal of her career. The first having come in Boston's inaugural campaign in her 2nd game. Keller added an assist to give her 2 points through 2 outings, continuing the strong start that had helped Boston remain the league's only undefeated team after the first month of play. The 29-year-old from Farmington leads Boston's blue line in scoring, tied for 2nd among all PHL defenders with 1 goal, what is this? And has logged in staggering 28-21 of ice time per game. Through her first 2 contests last season, Keller led all Boston defenders with 13 points in 30 games. I'm really glad she's got on this list because I think there was a lot of pressure for her being named captain, given how she's going to had to take over from Hillary Knight, but that's obviously Boston's own damn fault. Well done. So, the fact she's got the starting 6 straight away, I think it's really good. I think it will silence anybody who doubts why she should be captain. Because I think you could have also made a case for Alina Muller to have been named captain, who I think is probably who we would have chosen, given how I think that's how we saw Boston's protection. Yeah, they were kind of building their roster around her, so we kind of thought maybe she could have been captain, but I think Boston's gone for a very good choice. No. And the fact she's on size 6, yeah, Lady's right. It just proves that was one. Right, so the lone expansion team representative on this starting six. Are we really surprised given the form of Frost? I think it's just the way that the team's performed so far, that's the problem. Okay. Claire Thompson for the Vancouver Golden Knights. So the 2025 PWHL Defender of the Year finalist. It should have been her or Sophie Jakes! Jakes and Thompson got robbed! I can't bring that up now without them doing that. This is why you're never going to catch me at a award show. You're never going to catch an award show because he will just run riot. You would run riot first on the champagne and then you'd be shouting, "No, it should have been that one who got it!" So I'm already, I know we're already like a month, I know we're already at the first international break already, but I'm already dreading award season 2026 because these two are going to be just riots again. What? I'm already dreading it now. Anyway, but she picked up where she left off last season, opening the 2025-26 campaign by scoring in back-to-back games for Vancouver, while also adding an assist. Thompson became the first Vancouver defender this season to record both a goal and an assist, doing so in the Golden Knights' historic inaugural game against the Seattle Torrent, highlighted by her game-tying goal with just over 2 minutes remaining in regulation to send the contest into overtime. She found the back of the net again in her second game of the season, extending her personal point streak to 5 consecutive games, dating back to the 2025 Walter Cup Finals. Across 3 games in November, the 27-year-old from Toronto averaged more than 21 minutes of ice time per contest and leads all PWHL defenders with 3 points through 3 contests, ranking tied for second among all skaters in scoring. Yeah, I mean, we knew she was going to do well for Vancouver because obviously she was brilliant for us last season along with Sophie Jakes. Those two make up our blue lines. Obviously, you can understand why there are people questioning how we could fare on our blue line now they're both gone. Yeah. So, yeah. But it's still too early in the season to judge that. Oh, I know. When we get to like the 10-game mark, maybe then we can judge. Or maybe the Olympic break. Yeah, that's when we might be able to judge. But we'll see. Yeah. The reason I think it's a shock is because, as we said, the two new teams, they are really struggling to find their feet. Yeah. And Vancouver, I believe, played more than Seattle. Yeah, that Seattle could... Going into this international break, Seattle has only played 3 games, 1 road, 2 home, while Vancouver played 5 games, 3 road, 2 home, and they've only managed to get success at home so far. Wow. They've not been good on the road. I think she's being kind. Well, I would go more harsh, but I don't think that's fair, because they are expansion team. We have to give them a little bit of a grace because of this year. Next year, completely different. That's why I always feel the first time coaches. So, but anyway. But great to see that she is able to pick up very slow because Banker's got a lot of really good talent on that team. So glad to see she is one of those early contenders to sort of lead the way. And that finishes off with the goaltender. No surprises, it's Alan Frankel, the Boston Fleet. Frankel has given Boston a perfect start to the 2025-26 season. You might want to repeat that again. I know. I feel sure that Frankel has. I think I will. Frankel has given Boston a perfect start to the 2025-26 season, allowing just 1 goal through her first 2 starts, while stopping all of 50 shots for a .980 save percentage and 0.50 goals against average. She opened the campaign with a 25 save shutout in the season opener, marking the 3rd season opening shutout in PWHL history. 26-year-old goaltender from Tapaka? How pronounce it? Tapaka? Where it is, I can't pronounce it. I'm being rude. Do I spell it? CHAPPAQUA. No. She now ranks tied for third with 3 career regular season shutouts. She is the only goaltender in the league to start the season 2000, anchoring a Boston team remains the only undefeated club after the first month of play. Frankel's early dominance echoes her 2024-25 season, where she posted a .91 save percentage in a league-leading 23 appearances and was a finalist for PHL Goaltender of the Year for the second straight season. Do you reckon this is going to be her year? I think it should. You got over the last 2 years, there was always somebody who bested her. Yeah, because obviously in year 1, Kristen Campbell got it, rightly so, because you only take into account regular season performances. Last year, no one was going to beat Amelie Desbiens for that trophy, so maybe this year it could be the year that Frankel gets it. Yeah, so we'll see. And I think the Olympics, the other Team's Olympics, might want to start to be afraid of Team USA. Be very afraid! Yep. Did you just go all Geraldine Granger there? That's one of my all-time episodes where she just basically loses her and goes, "No! Be afraid! Be very afraid!" Well, she was put on an activity with that lot. Of course tempers were going to fly. I'm surprised she didn't swear. I would have. Because if she's performing like this now, yep. Can you imagine what's going to happen when we get to Milan Cortina? Because I can already picture that she is going to be our starting netminder, and probably it'll be maybe Griffiths at the backstop. I think it probably would be the same two that were there for the World Championships in Prague this year. I think that's who you would probably think would be the US's netminder, which I would have no problem with. Yeah. But if she performs like that in Milan, we could get Harry Knight her last gold. Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, do you kind of feel that's how the mindset would be? Go to Milan. Yeah. Do it for Hillary. Yeah. Yeah, could be. Yeah. Could be. Well, Marie Fleet doesn't look like she's going anywhere. Reckon she would go for one more Olympics after this one? I think she would. She's showing no signs of slowing down. But I think if Anne Frankel performs like that in Italy, I think we've got a very high chance of taking the gold medal. Canada might well have something to say about that, boy. Yeah. Well, because obviously Canada, you're just being most likely going to have Amelie Desbiens. Question mark will be who's going to backstop her. Yeah. But oh my god, I mean, case closed with that. If this started 6, Anne Frankel definitely had to be on there. I mean, wow. I mean, are we surprised? No, because we saw this one in the World Cup finals in 2020 in the inaugural season. Yeah, we knew. Oh yeah, when we found out we were going to play Boston in that first of the finals, we knew it was going to be a very, very tough test because Anne Frankel had shown impressive signs in that inaugural season. She even got a shot against us in the regular season. Yeah, it was one of those really irritating days where you feel like, oh, we really could have got something out of that. But Anne Frankel just shut the door on us and that. There was just no stopping her. Yeah, no stopping her. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, but honestly, she has had an incredible start. Yeah, I just think, yeah, if she keeps this form up, then the Fleet could have a very... I know it's early days, but the Fleet could have a very high chance of being league champions. And we've yet to have an American team win the league. Yeah. Just like how we've not had a Canadian team win the World Cup yet, we've yet to have an American team be crowned league champions. Victoria did it in year 2, Canadian. Sets did it in year 1, Canadian. So the Fleet right now are very much on course to be the first American League champions in the PWHL. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. We'll see how it goes as we get further close to the time. I will, for each starting 6 recap, put the article in the episode description if you want to go read it for yourselves. Yeah, so that rounds up the starting 6. So to remind you again, so the members starting 6 for the 2025-26 season are as follows: Taylor Gerard from the New York Sirens, Brianne Jenner from the Ottawa Charge, Susanna Tapani from the Boston Fleet, Megan Kerr from the Boston Fleet, Claire Thompson from the Vancouver Golden Knights, and Aaron Franco from the Boston Fleet. And that is your starting 6 for the month of November in the 2025-26 PWHL season. This has been fun. Yeah, this has been fun. I do get what you mean, boy, about this card probably should be a segment we do on the regular episodes and add it to the points lead and da-di-da-di-da. But you know what? I don't want to. No, because you get to have us come on. Yes. And we can also share our thoughts as well. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to be doing this every single month throughout the regular season. So every time we get word about who our starting 6 are, we will do a recap of the starting 6 for each month. That's a bit weird, isn't it, to have the starting 6 for November when there's only really 2 weeks of play. Yeah, but in February, they can't do it in February, can they? Well, there are 3 games on the card. I'll just remind you, there are. I only mean because obviously we go on Olympic break on the 29th of January, and then we don't come back off that break till the 25th of February. So that's 3 days after the closing ceremony. And then in February you have games on the 26th, 27th, and 28th. 26th of February is Montreal Victoire at New York Sirens. 27th of February is Toronto Scepters at Seattle Torrent. And the 28th of February is Boston Fleet at Ottawa Charge. And then we come back off Olympic break on the 1st of March, will be in Montreal. And the Golden Knights also come back off from Olympic break after that, where they'll be hosting the Toronto Scepters. Yeah. So you could technically, you know it is going to be only going to be 3 games, you could technically still do a starting 6 for February, but we'll see what the league wants to do. Alright, we'll see what the league wants to do. But we will bring you a recap episode of every single starting 6 that gets announced. What else we will come on? We can join you for that. Yeah, so that's gonna be a nice little feature to have. And like I said, this is brand new for this season. We've not had this before. Yeah. So this is a brand new thing, brand new initiative. Yeah, so there we go. So, any final thoughts you want to make, or should I just sign us off? I think we've pretty much got all the info. I'll just say this, I'm not surprised that Boston dominated the first starting 6 there. No. It's great to have at least somebody from the new team get on the board. You know, they are struggling to on their feet. It's a good first starting 6. I'll give you that. Start season, and it'll be interesting to see who is going to get on that throughout the year. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that does it for this starting 6 recap for the month of November in the 2025-26.